All right, Lieutenant Allman here. I've been asked to go over the trailer and how to hook it up, unhook it, and how to set it up for you when we get to Pub Ed's. Naturally, we're going to use the brush truck as the tow vehicle. That's the one that we've dedicated and we have set up. It has the hitch already with it, and it's kept with the unit, and it's set up for it. So it's got a 2 5/16 ball that is specifically for towing the trailer here. So before we start out, what we're going to do is we're going to do a brief safety inspection, kind of like what we do in the mornings with our fire trucks. We're going to walk around. We're going to make sure that everything's in good shape. There's no loose parts, and that everything looks appropriate and looks like it's going to be ready to use. We're going to start at the tongue here. We're going to look, visualize that the bolts are in here and make sure they're tight. Check our chains. Just look at them real quick. Make sure they're there. We're going to check our generator. Make sure it's tight. Check the gas cans or the propane tanks. Visualize all of our lights as we go around. We're going to also look at our jacks and see, in this case right here, we have the front jacks that are already down. So we'll have to make sure that we retract those before we travel. Check the awning, make sure it's up. Inspect the doors, make sure they're closed, make sure that our handrails are in place. Make sure that the steps are securely stored. Check the tires. You can just simply kick those to make sure that they have pressure in them as we go around. And we'll have to remember to remove our chocks once we get the trailer hooked up to the truck. Have stabilizers here, another awning. Want to visualize our lights as we come around the rear of the trailer. Backside here we have a door. We want to make sure that this door is secured and this door handle is secured. Another set of steps. We want to verify that they're in place as well. Have 3 more tires here to check. We have a door here. Sometimes this door doesn't stay closed. We just want to push on it, make sure that we get it kind of snug. Another door here. We want to test it, make sure it's shut. The batteries. Make sure that the bungee cords are holding the battery caps on. And now we're ready to hook up the trailer. So what we'll do at this point is we'll retract all of the jacks, all of the stabilizers. Remember, we got a set in the rear and also a set in the front. So we'll retract those. And that is done with these 2 switches right here. And you can do them both at the same time. Just press up. Now at this point we want to make sure that we have all of our parts to make all the connections to the truck. We want to make sure that we have our low leveling bars, also our tensioning bar. We want to make sure that we have it in place also. That way it just makes things go a lot quicker for us. First thing we want to do is we're going to remove the keeper pin from the front of the tongue and unlock it so that we can lower it onto the truck. With the switch here, just simply going to press down. We're going to completely load the hitch, and that is done when we see the weight come off from here at the bottom. Raise it up about that far, that's good. Then we're going to latch it back, install our keeper pin. Go ahead and take your safety chains. There's a couple of different ways to do the safety chains. Some people cross them, some people do them straight. Cross them for this here. All right, now we're just going to raise the jack. And we're going to watch the hitch. Watch this point right here. And we're going to watch this space disappear at the top of the hitch. Just make sure that it goes away. Once it's done that, the load is now picked up off the truck. Now we can put our load leveling bars on. There's 2 of them. One for the passenger side, one for the driver's side. It's a keeper pin. We'll remove it. Just simply roll that down. There's a right way and a wrong way to put these on. We always want to make sure that this eyelet is facing upwards. Put the bottom in first with it out at about a 45 to 90 degree angle. Rock it up. It'll go in. Count your links and make sure that both sides have the same number of links down. Buford has just told me there was 5 links, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put the hook in this side. There's a hook right here on the back side. Install the keeper pin back, then we'll stow the bar. And at this point, we'll make sure that nothing's going to pinch. No kind of wires or cables or anything. Then we'll just lower the load back onto the hitch. And at this point, we can go ahead and bring the jack all the way up. We do not want to bottom this jack out. We want to leave about an inch or so down out of the jack. So as we're watching it, you stop about right there, that's good. Okay, now at this point, we can go ahead and hook up our power to the trailer. Make sure that's secured in there. Check our trailer brakes. Make sure that this is pushed in. Make sure that that's free moving so that when we turn. All right. And then we'll take one more walk around the trailer and make sure that we have everything. And at this time, we'll remove the chocks in the rear of the trailer, and then we'll be ready to travel. All right, this truck is equipped with an external brake box right here, and you just want to test it and make sure that it's working. You can see the light change colors on it. That means that that it's sending power back to the brakes. So when we start to drive down the road, we're going to actually just slightly increase the brake just a little bit like that and hold it just for a few, maybe an eighth of a mile or something, maybe not even that long, just so that we can warm the brakes up, make sure that they're working. And then you'll actually only drive the truck to about 10 miles an hour and then squeeze it all the way down, and the trailer ought to be able to stop the truck from 10 miles an hour, and that's where you verify that your trailer brakes are actually working. All right, now that we're ready to travel, we're going to check our mirrors and make sure that they're adjusted appropriately for us and make sure that seats adjusted correctly. And we're going to put it in drive with the overdrive off, and we're going to start our trip. And we're going to take the truck up to about 10 miles an hour, and we're going to test the brakes, make sure that they're working. So now that we've gone where we needed to go, now it's time to back up, or say we need to back up somewhere. The easiest way to do it is to place your hand at the bottom of the steering wheel, and then whichever direction that you turn the steering wheel is the way that the rear end of the trailer will go. So if I turn to the right, the rear end of the trailer should go to the right. If you go to the left, it should go to the left. And then just take your time and go slow. You don't have to go fast. Typically what I do is I just take my foot off the brake and just let the truck roll, and then use the brake to control the speed. I also use a spotter, and you know, I've got Buford back here today helping me, and so I'll just watch him as I back, and he's my ground man. All right, now that we've got the trailer where we want it and the trailer is chocked, the wheel chocks are underneath the wheels, we're going to unhook the trailer. So we want to make sure that the hitch is still in the proper position that it was when we started. And then we're going to begin by lowering our jack. And we just simply press the up arrow And if you've got a block of wood or brick or something to put on there, it makes it go a little quicker. And all we're going to do is raise the weight off of the hitch so that we can get the sway bars off, low leveling bars. And again, we're watching the hitch at this point right there to see when right there, and we're going to stop. Then we're going to use the bar, remove the keeper pin, I'm going to do both sides. All right, now we're going to put the load back onto the hitch. It's going to retract the jack. And in this step, we just raise it till we see the foot pedal come up, about an inch off the ground. We can stop. Then we unhook, unlock there, make sure our cord's out of the way. And we're just going to raise once again. We'll make sure that we clear the receiver ball. Move the safety chains. Unhook the power cord. And then at that point we would remove the truck from underneath the trailer hitch, and then we can level the trailer down. All right, now that we've got our trailer where we want it and we're going to do our pub bed at this location, trailer is chocked, it's unhooked from the truck is out of the way. We're going to drop either raise or lower the front of the trailer to get it level, and we're just simply going to watch the trailer. Just looking down the side of the trailer and just seeing how it is with the ground. Once it's level enough for our liking, you'll come to the stabilizers. There's 4 stabilizers, one at each corner of the trailer. The controls are here. And you'll just push, you can push 1 or you can push 2 buttons at the same time. Drop these till they touch the ground. And once they touch the ground, just put slight pressure on them. And that's it. And that'll be done at the back of the trailer also with those jacks back there. This is the battery disconnect. It controls all the battery power to the trailer. Once we get to the site, we'll manipulate it to the on position. So just turn it to the on. Now we'd have power to the trailer. And when we get ready to depart or leave or tow away, we would just switch it back to the off position. That keeps the power from draining out of the batteries. Once it's done, the trailer is ready to be used. So this is pretty much the whole setup and use driving of the trailer. If there's any issues, any questions, feel free to call Jamie Melton. Her number's on the sheet in the station. If you don't have her cell phone number, we can get that for you as well. Thank you.